All right, folks, here we go from Dover. Cody Burke and C.J. Jeffries have the front row. Cody will drop to the tail end. Dylan Schreiner and Kirk Marble on the second row. Brandon Jennings, Jesse Gordon on the third row. Chad Ragsdale, Patrick Pieper on the fourth. Matthew Logan, Richie Joplin round out the top 10. Matt Morrison starting in 11th next to Chad Johnson in 12th. Ryan Philbrick in 13th, Alex Harper 14th, Edmund Jones, Kyle Reeder 15th and 16th, Garrett Korn and Scott Roney 17th and 18th, Devin McDonald, Richie Ragsdale round out the top 20. Ryan McDaniel in 21st, Joshua Nichols 22nd, Dylan Potter 23rd, Austin Ruskoff in 24th. Bryson Bertrand in 25th, Donald Durant in 26th, Gerald Poole 27th, Mark Kluge 28th, Tyler Thomas and Cody Dean round out the top 30. Scooter Black, Joshua Rudolph 31st and 32nd, Brian Hewitt and Tyler Thomas round out the 34-car field at Dover. Well, take a deep breath, folks. It's about to get wild. Everybody on the grid, pace car rolls. Cody Burke pulls over. He'll drop to the tail, giving that pole position now to Dylan Schreiner. C.J. Jeffries was fastest throughout a lot of practice. He may be the man to beat. And as we saw Thursday night when Home Motorsports is here, starting on that outside line does give you a bit of an advantage. Everybody is stacked up, ready to go. Pace car dives to pit road. And here they come out of turn 4. The green flag flies. They are down and away at Dover. 100 laps here. Drivers looking at right around 25 laps on a tank of fuel. Likely going to see some cautions tonight as well. Home Motorsports was here Thursday night, the cleanest league on iRacing, and even they had some cautions. They got a wee bit bumpy. But a bigger field out here on track tonight, and know things are going to get wild. Dylan Schreiner leads the early laps. Looking back through the field, everybody still pointed the right way. Tires coming up to temp. Brandon Jennings just set the fastest lap. Oh, we've got one car down on the apron. No caution yet. They were pointed the right way. Dylan starting to pull away from CJ and Brandon as they battle for second. Dylan Schreiner now has a 3/4 of a second lap on CJ. Brandon Jennings in third. Chad Ragsdale back in fourth. Matthew Logan in fifth. Matthew Logan already up 4 spots, as is Edmund Jones. Edmund now up to 11th. Devin McDonald now up 5 spots into 14th. Scooter Black up 4 spots into 27th. And Cody Burke already up 6 spots into 28. Hey, good evening, Russell. Dylan continues to lead that gap, holding steady. CJ starting to pull a little bit of a gap on Brandon. Ragsdale back behind is closing in on Brandon Jennings. This field going single file here in the early going as the sun has started to peek out from the clouds. Track temperature has started to go up. Track temperature now up to 97 degrees, up almost 10 degrees from where they practiced at. This track is abrasive, and once the tires start to wear, they are going to start slipping and sliding. This track gets hotter, and they will slide even more. It won't be long till we see drivers smacking the wall out of turn 2. And likely see quite a few of them getting loose out of turn 4. Richie Ragsdale already up 4 spots into 16th. He's closing in on Scott Roney just ahead. Bryson Bertrand also up 4 spots. He is into 21st. Cody Burke continuing his march to the front. He goes by Gerald Poole to take 24th. Gerald fights back up top. Oh, Gerald gets the wall. He didn't lift and stays in the fight. But it looks like Cody will clear as they come out of 4. Jesse Gordon awfully fast in practice, holds on to 6. But Ryan Philbrick in 7th. Matthew Logan in 8th, making him work for it up top. Logan trying to make the move up top. This early in the run won't be able to, but later in the run, he might pull it off. CJ Jeffries has taken the lead, is run down Dylan Schreiner. Like we said, CJ was fastest throughout most of practice. He is already pulling away from Dylan. This is going to come down to the guys that conserve their tires the best here. Making the tires last the longest on this concrete track. It is super abrasive. We're already seeing lap times have fallen off by a full second. CJ Jeffries fastest lap 23:40. Last time by 24:42. Everybody doing a really good job so far. All the drivers, all 34 drivers, still on track. Although as these tires wear, they will start getting wobbly. Mark Kluge giving us a demonstration. He bounced off the wall a couple of times on the backstretch. Tyler Thomas just ahead in 28. Whoa, bit of a checkup. Tyler Thomas gets to the bottom, avoids the worst of that. Great wreck avoidance by everybody in that group. And Tyler holding on to it. He came through the chaos. Tyler now up to 26th. CJ Jeffries out front now, 1 second lead over Dylan Schreiner. Jesse Gordon has made his way to third. Chad Ragsdale in fourth. Kirk Marble in fifth. As we've got a car around, Patrick Pieper, Brandon Jennings involved. The first caution of the night. It looks like Brandon Jennings was a car we saw go around. See what happened with Brandon. There he goes up on the high side into 3 and 4. Losing a little ground. Comes out of turn 4 and Patrick Pieper just gets into his quarter panel down the front straightaway. Brandon goes for a big spin, but fortunately, minimal damage. And everybody is coming in. A well-timed caution for the field here. And I bet we see a lot of drivers using that first set of tires here. Matthew Logan stayed out, and there's a problem on the front stretch. Looked like Double D had a problem as well. There's Matthew Logan, Double D trying to catch up. Oh, and he didn't see Logan in time. Gets into Logan's bumper and sends him hard into the wall. Logan is rolling again. Damage to the left rear. And damage to the front. Logan is coming in. All that track position he had just made up. CJ Jeffries wins the race off pit road. Dylan Schreiner in second. Jesse Gordon, Chad Ragsdale on the second row. Kirk Marble, Ryan Philbrick on the third. Matt Morrison, Patrick Pieper, Richie Joplin, and Edmund Jones round out the top 10. It looks like fuel only for the entire top 20, including the Dominator Cody Burke, who is now up into 12th. All right, here they come through 3 and 4. Pace car dives to pit road. into the zone. The green flag flies once again at Dover. CJ gets a good start on the bottom, leads them into turn one. Chad Ragsdale trying to fight back and take third up top. Ryan Philbrick has been on the move all night, up into sixth place. Hey, good evening, Paulo. And it looks like Ragsdale completes the pass up top to take third. Paulo, you were here the other night with a 20-car field. How would you like to be out here with 34? We were watching Tyler Thomas earlier on, avoiding chaos. Oh, we've got a wreck on the backstretch. Caution is back out. Chad Ragsdale involved. And it looked like Chad may have taken one heck of a hit. Let's see what happened. Remember, Chad Ragsdale was up front, battling with Dylan Schreiner for second place. Schreiner goes by. Ragsdale tries to fight back. He pushes up. A little bit of bump coming out of turn two. Jesse Gordon may have gotten into Ragsdale. And it right at the front. Looks like, for the most part, everybody makes it by. Let's see if we can take a look from the chopper. Jesse Gordon there on the high side. There's the bump. Jesse shoots to the bottom. Gets a better run out. Gets into Ragsdale. And what a hit. And great wreck avoidance by the rest of the field. Apollo, you know, sometimes it happens. Looks like most of the cars that came into pit road had taken some damage, some of them coming in for fuel and tires. Alex Harper, Troy Thomas, Mark Clues, Joshua Rudolph, Garrett Korn, Chad Ragsdale was in. Jesse Gordon was in, as well as Austin Ruskoff. Fairly small group as they stack back up. Paul, if it makes you feel any better, I would not run into you. These pace laps are definitely shaking up strategy. And these cautions are allowing Cody the Dominator Bird to get closer. He is now up to sixth. Pace car dives in. Hey, anytime, Paulo. Here we go, out of turn four. Into the zone, the green flag flies. CJ gets away like a bullet. Kirk Marble now battling for third. Troy Thomas is coming back off pit road. And look at this, Cody Burke right on caution is out. Caution is out for an incident back behind. I think Chad Johnson may have been involved. It does look like Chad Johnson was involved. See if we can see what happened to Chad here in the yellow and blue car up top. Comes out of turn 2. Oh, somebody ahead of him gets into the wall. When he checks up, gets slammed from behind. I believe Brandon Jennings catches a piece of it. See, Chad already had some damage to the car. Coming out of the turn. Oh, the car ahead smacks the wall. He checks up. Brandon gets into his bumper. Nothing Jennings could do. Nothing Chad could do. More cars on pit road. Brandon Jennings, Austin Roscoff, Ryan McDaniel, Alex Harper, Devin McDonald, Joshua Rudolph, Mark Kluge, Tyler Thomas, and Cody Dean. Everybody topping off on fuel here early. Now we're talking about Cody Burke on the restart. We saw him jump to the bottom, tried to make a move on Kirk, couldn't quite get there. Remember, Cody qualified on the pole, but per SMR rules, he had to go to the tail end of the field. And he will continue to have to do so until we reach the playoffs in just a few weeks. In fact, after tonight, 4 more races until the playoffs. Next week, we're at Indy, then Iowa, Watkins Glen, and Richmond. Boy, Indy is going to be an exciting race. Pace car comes in. CJ Jeffries in control. CJ and Dylan banging on each other. Green flag is in the air. CJ gets away quickly. Kirk now into third. Cody quickly slips by under Philbrick to take fourth. Patrick Pieper now in sixth. Matt Morrison up to seventh. Edmund Jones in eighth. But the man on the move at the moment, Bryson Bertrand, up 16 spots into ninth. Oh, Bryson gets a little out of shape. Out of two, he's losing some ground. Richie Joplin and Richie Ragsdale both slip by. Gerald Poole caught up in this mess now as well. Gerald up 14 spots into 13th. CJ out front has pulled a half-second lead for the moment as Dylan Schreiner battles with Ryan Philbrick, and the caution is back out. Caution is out. I'm trying to see what it was for. Or rather, who it was for. Taking a look at Scott Roney. Looked like Scott lost several spots right before the caution. Oh, Scott bounces off the wall at a 4. The caution flies right around that time, but I don't see that being the incident that brings the caution. No other incidents on track. And about half the field is on pit road. Cody Burke is not. He is already in the lead. Ryan Philbrick now in second, right up 11 spots. Patrick Pieper now up into third. Matt Morrison in fourth. Somebody we haven't talked about yet is now in the top 5. Garrett Korn up 12 spots into 5th. Gerald Poole up 21 spots into 6th. Bryson Bertrand up 18 spots into 7th. And Brian Hewitt up 25 spots into 8th. Brandon Jennings in 9th. Joshua Nichols up 12 spots into 10th. Paulo, it's definitely a fun track to broadcast, but some of us are terrible here. So Cody Burke reclaims the lead. As here they come. Pace car about to drop in. It appears Scooter Black may be having problems. He is rolling as pace car ducks in. And the green flag flies once again at Dover. Back in the pack, looks like the outside line got a little checked up, but everybody is going. Chad Ragsdale has fought his way back up into the top 10 despite his earlier problems. He is now up to 9th, pushing Hewitt back into 10th. Ryan McDaniel also making his way forward. Ryan now up into 15th. as it gets 3 wide just ahead of Ryan. Man, it is getting bumpy in the middle of the pack as the guys that just came off pit road on fresh tires try and fight their way forward. Cody Burke, Ryan Philbrick, Patrick Pieper, Garrett Korn, Brandon Jennings, the top 5. Matt Morrison, Gerald Poole, Brian Hewitt, Chad Ragsdale, and now CJ Jeffries back into the top 10. And the caution is out. A big incident on the backstretch. And it looks like, I believe, Matthew Logan involved. Let's see what happened back behind. There's Logan in the 45. Down into 1 and 2. Looking underneath another car. Trying to get 3 wide just ahead. Oh, Logan pushed up. He bounced off another car. I believe Schreiner. Minimal front end damage, but he lost a lot of ground. Cody Burke is on pit road, as well as about half the pack that didn't come in last time. Garrett Korn will now take the lead. Garrett in the locked into the playoffs with a win earlier this season, but the extra points for leading a lap here will definitely help. Gerald Poole now up into 3rd in the Navy Joe coffee car. If you haven't checked it out yet, we did post a link. There is now the HTSAI coffee made by Navy Joe. You can help support HTSAI and get a great cup of coffee. Garrett Korn, Brandon Jennings out front. Gerald Poole, Brian Hewitt on the 2nd row. CJ Jeffries, Chad Johnson on the 3rd row. Kirk Marble, Richie Ragsdale, Ryan McDaniel, and Kyle Reeder round out the top 10. Man, Brandon Jennings has been caught up a couple of times tonight. Hasn't given up, keeps fighting, and is back out on the front row. All right, here we go into the zone. The green flag flies just shy of halfway. Oh, we've got problems up front. Gerald Poole got turned into the wall. The caution is back out. Chad Ragsdale, Kyle Reeder also involved. CJ Jeffries also gets involved. Let's see what happened. Gerald Thanos Poole had worked his way up into the top 5. There's Gerald on the inside of the second row in the 9 car. Oh, looks like Thanos spun the tires. Bounces off the car on the high side, comes down, collects CJ. And then a bunch more incidents. We saw that problem a moment ago, but back behind this group of guys trying to avoid it, Chad Ragsdale just ran out of track, but he keeps it out of the wall. Several other drivers get a small piece of it. Chad Ragsdale, CJ Jeffries, Troy Thomas, Austin Ruskoff, Joshua Nichols, Matt Logan, Richie Joplin, Bryson Bertrand, Gerald Poole, Mark Kluge, all on pit road. Under that last caution, the Dominator came in. It put him way back in the field, but he is back up into 10th. But with Garrett Korn and Brandon Jennings out front, he is going to have his work cut out for him. Lights are out as everybody stacks back up for the restart. All right, pace car about to duck back in. There he goes. Pace car has dove to pit road. And here they come into the restart zone. Green flag flies. Garrett gets away quickly, and caution is already back out. Troy Thomas involved, likely several others. There is an old cliche saying that cautions breed cautions. Well, we had a lot of early green flag laps, but let's see what happened with Troy. They get on the power. There's Troy in the inside in the 58. Oh, somebody bounced off the wall up ahead. Wow, a big one at Dover. Let's see if we can see where this mess began. Looking back at Devin McDonald, that '08 car on the high side, I think that's where it started. On the power, that '08 car, he's bounced. Oh, Devin came up the track. And man, the track filled up. See if we can take one more look at this. Looking down from the chopper. Devin McDonald down on the bottom. As they get on the gas. Oh, looks like the car's in front of Devin. Check up. He gets on the brakes, gets slammed from behind, and everybody trying to check up. It looks like one car actually managed to drive through it. Troy Thomas, C.J. Jeffries, Matthew Logan, Joshua Rudolph, Devin McDonald, Kyle Reeder, Scooter Black, Chad Ragsdale, Cody Dean, Dylan Potter, all involved in that incident. I've seen some big wrecks here at Dover, but that one may take the cake. And it sounds like Thanos' night is done. Gerald Poole out of the race. Heartbreaking into the night after he had run his way up into the top three. Pace car heads in as the sun comes back out. No, Richie, you had nowhere to go. Green flag is back in the air. Everybody is rolling again. And a track like this that is so abrasive and wears the tires out. The problem is when drivers are on different tire strategies, some of the guys with older tires are up front, and if they spin the tires, caution is back out. If they spin the tires early, chaos. I think Ryan McDaniel may have been involved in this one. Let's take a look. Ryan in the Black Rifle coffee car. Coming down the back straightaway. Picking up some spots. Ryan had been moving. Oh, Ryan just pushes up, gets into Dylan. And wow. Another big mess. Gerald Poole said if you want some new Flaming Karma car parts, maybe a Navy Joe hood, you can get them at the merch stand. Garrett Korn still in control out front. All these pace laps are helping the drivers conserve tires and fuel. About 40 laps left to go in the race. They will need one more stop. And it looks like Dylan Potter has pulled over and towed it in. As the lights go out and they stack back up. So Garrett Korn in control once again. Hey Gerald, can you tell if there's any improvement with the sound tonight? Since we got the picture stuff improved, we've been working on the audio. All right, pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. And Brandon Jennings has a nose ahead at the start-finish line. He nailed the restart up top. But Garrett gets the better run. Out of turn 2, Brandon fighting back. Cody Burke has made his way back into the top 3 and is right there with them. Richie Ragsdale now up into 4th. Kirk Marble in 5th. And don't look now, Brian Hewitt up 25 spots into 8th. Heck of a run tonight for Hewitt. Oh, Cody looked to the inside. Oh, bumping for the lead. Garrett goes up the track. Brandon Jennings takes the lead. Burke the 2nd. Richie Ragsdale to 3rd. Garrett Korn finally gets it gathered up. Richie Joplin has gotten the car fixed. Is back out on track. Oh, Richie Ragsdale wickedly out of shape. Ryan Philbrick and Chad Johnson battling for 6th. Philbrick had a big sin into turn 3. And it looks like he is going to make it stick. That's good to know, Gerald. Glad you like it. Brandon Jennings has the lead. They will need one more pit stop if it stays green. Richie Ragsdale in 3rd. Burke looking for the lead. He couldn't get there. Richie gets closer, but now Kirk looking for 3rd down to the bottom. Kirk Marble now has 3rd. He's going to run in a 4. Looks underneath Cody. Can't get there. Richie's got to run up top. What a battle going on in the top 4. Back behind, Philbrick still holding on to 5th. Patrick Pieper in 6th, Chad Johnson in 7th. Garrett Cornish slipped back into 8th. Alex Harper has made his way up to 9th. Brian Hewitt trying to hold on to 10th, but Edmund Jones looks underneath. And Cody Burke has reclaimed the lead. Kirk Marble has gone to 2nd. Brandon back to 3rd. Now does Kirk Marble have enough to run him down and take the win from him? Edmund Jones has moved into 10th. Brian Hewitt has slipped back into 14th. Hewitt may be coming in. Brian Hewitt coming in for his final stop. Folks, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and especially YouTube. These race broadcasts will be coming out next day going forward, but they will be posted in 4K on YouTube. Hey, good evening, Jay Goss. Cody Burke has pulled a 1 1/4 second lead on Kirk. Brandon Jennings in 3rd. He's got his hands full. Pieper battling with Philbrick for 4th. And Chad Johnson is back up into 6th place and on the move, but he's got Alex Harper, Richie Ragsdale, and Matt Morrison there. Easy, boys. Things get a little bit sketchy out of turn 2. Everybody holds on to it, but everybody trying to get 3 wide as Brandon Jennings drops a few more spots. Cody Burke's lead continuing to grow. Oh no! The caution is out for Cody Dean. And this is perfectly timed for most of the field to get their final stops. They can go the distance from here on fuel. And let's see what happened with Cody Dean. Cody comes out of turn 2 and ouch! He was missing the hood already. He was, man, a great save. Cody holds it down. If he had not worked so hard to hold that down, that group of cars would have been toast right then. And they are all on pit road. Tires are going on, 4 tires and fuel for the final run to the checker. Cody Burke wins the race off pit road. Kirk Marble in second, Patrick Pieper in third, Chad Johnson now up to fourth, Alex Harper in fifth, Matt Morrison, Ryan Philbrick, Tyler Thomas, Bryson Bertrand, and Richie Ragsdale round out the top 10. Looks like Bryson Bertrand had to drop back a couple of spots. Bertrand may have gotten a speeding penalty coming out of pit road. He continues to fall back. Alright, we're going to try out the new Crank It Up cam. Let us know what you think. When the green flag drops, I'm going to shut up. You guys crank up the volume and let us know what you think. Cody Berg in control of the restart. All right, here we go. Pace car is in. And here they come. Green flag back in the air. Crank it up, y'all. And the caution is flown already back behind. And it looks like Richie Ragsdale involved. Let's see what happened to bring this one out. There's Richie in the blue and white car. Down on the bottom, they head off into 1 and 2. Richie starts trying to peek underneath. He gets big loose, so does Garrett Korn. And wow, some epic wreck avoidance there. But Richie Ragsdale's night may be done. Cody Burke and Kirk Marble still have the front row. Patrick Pieper and Alex Harper on the second. Chad Johnson, Matt Morrison on the third. Ryan Philbrick, Brandon Jennings, CJ Jeffries, and Tyler Thomas round out the field, or round out the top 10. Cody Dean has his car fixed and does get the lucky dog. It will not put him back on the lead lap, but he is going to pick up some positions. A lot of drivers already out of this race. Richie Ragsdale still had his fast repaired. He is able to get back out on track. Garrett Korn also got his car repaired. He is back out. Both still on the lead lap. lights are back out on the pace car. All right, pace car is in. Burke in control once again. The green flag is back in the air. 17 laps to go at Dover. And Kirk may have a good run. Cody pulls ahead as they come out of turn 2. But Kirk has a run, peeks under, and the caution is back out. And Ryan Philbrick, Garrett Korn, and Tyler Thomas involved. Rick, that is a rough night, buddy. Let's see what brought this one out. Looking at Ryan Philbrick there on the bottom in the white and red car. Right behind Chad Johnson. Philbrick had been moving up all night. Oh, Matt Morrison on the high side. Ouch. Let's take a look from another angle here. Looked like Matt Morrison bounced off the wall coming out of turn 2. Came down and got Philbrick. Yep. Matt bounces, comes out. They block the top half. Go to the... Oh, holy cow. And Garrett Korn gets caught up again. Garrett Korn back behind. Garrett, remember, was up front leading earlier on. Garrett gets banged from a car up top, checking up. Ouch. Rick, it's definitely turning into a shootout here tonight. The question is, can anybody get past Cody the Dominator Burke? "24 races so far this season. The Dominator has won 13 of them. Kirk Marble comes in tonight second in points with only 2 wins. This is going to be a close battle to the finish. About 13 laps to go when the green flag drops. Pace car dives in. And here we go, green flag back in the air. Burke gets away quickly this time. Now the question is, can Kirk Marble get back past Patrick Pieper? Still there. Alex Harper now up into fourth. Kirk on the attack, looks low, can't get there. Kirk staying right on his bumper, looking for any advantage. Patrick Pieper in third. Oh, Alex Harper kissed the wall. And caution is back out. And it looks like Joshua Nichols may have been involved. Let's see if we can see what happened back behind. Joshua Nichols battling with Edmund Jones. Edmund looks underneath as they come out of two. Nichols hits the wall, comes across Edmund's nose, and gets very, very dizzy. Let's take another look at this one. There's Nichols up top. Edmund looks underneath, and as we talked about during pre-race, that outside line would come into play. Edmund managed to make it through pretty much unscathed. Meanwhile, Josh hits that inside wall, keeps spinning, but ends up pointed the right way. We will restart with less than 10 to go. Everybody stacks back up for the restart. Cody Burke, Kirk Marble still have the front row. Does Kirk have anything for him on the restart this time? Here we go. Pace car is in. Out of turn 4, the green flag flies again, and Burke gets another good launch. 8 laps to go. Does Kirk or anybody have anything for the Dominator? Pieper clears into third. Alex Harper got a lot of the wall out of turn 2, and the caution is out behind. And it looks like Troy Thomas involved again. Now it's really coming down to a shootout. Here they go, off into 1 and 2. Troy in that purple and black car. Oh, he gets a bump from behind. Ow! Kyle Reeder involved. Garrett Korn involved. Double D, Richie Joplin involved. See if we can get a look from the chopper. And they just pile in back behind this one. Out of 2. It looks like Troy just barely kisses the wall, but it checks him up enough. The car behind gets involved. Everybody checking up. There's a lot of slamming. And a lot of cars. Great night just ended. So Kirk Marble will get another shot at the Dominator. Well, we said early on, this could be a battle of attrition, and it would get bumpy. Ryan Philbrick did have to tow it to pit road. Looks like everybody else was able to limp it back. Rick, you're not wrong. Anytime we are in Dover, there is a bit of chaos. We will restart with 4 laps to go. But will we go to a green-white checker tonight? The pace car dives in, and here we go. Green flag is back in the air. 4 laps to go at Dover. Kirk is staying alongside, but into turn 1, Cody gets a little further. Kirk has very little time if he's got anything left. Patrick Pieper, Brandon Jennings bouncing off each other. Brandon on the high side pulls ahead into third. 3 to go. Cody Burke has the lead, but Kirk right on him. Kirk kisses the wall out of 2, doesn't lift. Pieper looking back underneath into 3. And here we go, 2 to go. Cody has the lead. Can he hold off Kirk Marble for 2 more laps? Cody just set the fastest lap of the race, and the first lap under the 23-second mark. White flag flies 1 more time around. Chaos back behind as Brandon and Pieper battle, but Cody Burke coming out of turn 4, win number 14 for Cody Burke. Brandon Jennings managed to get the nose ahead by 2/100ths of a second to take third over Pieper. Man, what a race and what a finish. Drivers line up on the front straightaway. We'll talk to your top 3 here in just a moment. But man, what a race. And win number 14 for Cody Burke. Let's talk to our top 3, starting with third place, Brandon Jennings. Brandon, I have to say that last restart, you and Patrick were trying to knock the doors off each other.
Yeah, that was fun. I took a lot of willpower to not just turn left into him and ruin his race, I'll be honest with you.
Well, man, you just barely nose ahead of him to get that spot. It was close there at the line.
Yeah, it was close. I was clicking left on my D-pad trying to figure out how close it was, and I don't think you could have fit a card between it.
Oh, no, you could not have, man. That was one heck of a finish, and you had one heck of a night early on getting caught up, and the car got pretty banged up, but you managed to fight back.
Yeah, I don't know, probably first 60 laps, I hit everything except for the Miles monster outside turn 4. So it was a good recovery, I think. It was tough, though.
It definitely was tough. You definitely got beat up quite a bit in the first 60, but man, what a comeback and what a finish, buddy. Congratulations.
Thanks, bud.
Kirk Marble comes home in second. Kirk, you finished second to Cody a bunch of times. Are you ever going to find a way past him?
When pigs fly.
You came close on a couple of those restarts. You managed to stay side by side with him out of turn 2 a couple of times. I really thought you were going to pull it off, but I don't know where he finds the speed.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe he was even holding some back there, trying to make it look good.
I doubt it. He set the fastest lap of the race with 2 to go, man, and you were still right on his bumper.
Yeah, that was my fastest lap, but it wasn't I was like, dang it, Cody, you set the fastest lap. I was trying to at least set the fastest, but he took it all tonight.
Well, you still put on one heck of a show tonight. I know early on after a pit stop, you were toward the back and managed to drive through a bit of chaos to come back and finish second. That was a great run tonight.
Thanks, Doug. Congrats, Cody. Good win.
Great job, buddy.
Thanks.
And finally, our winner, Cody, the Dominator Burke. Cody, win number 14, although it got close a few times.
Yeah, that was not easy. Kurt, he was good there, and Brandon and Patrick and a few others. It was I had to give it everything I had there. Couldn't really save and do what I normally do, but it all worked out.
It definitely did, and really impressive. Your final pit stop was lap 77, but you set the fastest lap of the night with 2 to go.
Yeah, I kind of try to do that. I like running the fast lap right at the end, but no, from that green flag or yellow flag pit stop to the end, I think the most laps consecutive we had was 3. So the tires were pretty new, and this car at this track with this tire, it seemed like lap 3 and 4 after a run was your fastest laps. So no, it was a good one.
It definitely was your 14th win of the season. You know you have over a 50% win percentage right now. I think anybody in the world would be happy to have that.
I want to get it up to 60 or 70%.
Well, I have no doubt with the next 4 races, you're probably going to get there. Indy, Iowa, Watkins Glen, and Richmond. I think you have a pretty good shot.
Those are good ones. Indy next week's, that one's going to be interesting. It's really hard to pass, and I think it's a pretty short race overall. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, man, another great job, another great win. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you. See you next week.
And guys, thank you guys so much for being here. Wow, what a race. Do not forget, tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern, Jones BS Racing is back. That ought to be a good one. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you guys had as much fun as we did. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.